Paul Mauro here, Smart Financial. I'm in my comfortable den chair, and the reason is tonight I'm going to read you a bedtime story. Follow us. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the little button over there. Like us on Facebook and all that stuff. Stay in touch with us because we have been having public meetings, book signings, and all that. We're happy to have you join us, and we have actually some of our webinars that are now scheduled, and you can keep up with us. But we do a lot of videos about financial things and a lot of discussion about negative stuff and problems and all. Hey, let's have some good ones. I'm going to give you a couple that are like bedtime stories. You should be able to not stay up at night worrying about certain things. This one in particular is about those people that we call millennials, that are in that 35 to 50-year-old range. They still got a bunch of years to save. We actually don't like the term retirement planning anymore. We actually like the term longevity planning, which is actually, by the way, the title of my second book, which is Smart Financial Longevity Planning, out in February. Because retirement is just not about stopping at 65. It's not just about, getting a new set of golf clubs, sitting on a little chair, in Miami Beach, after golf time, falling asleep at 4 o'clock, going to early bird. It's just not that. Longevity planning is different now. It's highly active. People do a lot of cool stuff post 65. They do a lot of second career, second act. Many of you know I ran a financial practice from 1974 to 2024, sold out to our young partners, and now I'm doing this education and publishing thing, and it's like a second career act. So let me give you the good news if you are actually worried about the future, and I know a lot of millennials are. Number one. First and foremost, everybody can retire rich. I heard the number recently again. Yes, you need more money than your parents and grandparents needed. Okay, get over it, all right? I want you to put it in perspective. In 1965, the median income in America was $6,900 a year per year, and they were raising families. And the median home price was $21,000. Got it? Home prices at that time were about 3 times your gross income. I listen to millennials today, and they're really whiny about the fact that a startup home is $750,000, and yet they make $250,000 a year. Folks, it's fair. It's okay. That's how it works. Everything gets more expensive. I picked up something at the hardware store the other day when I went and I asked the checkout girl how much these 8 washers and 3 screws were. I had to take out a 20 out of my wallet. Okay, so things get more expensive. Get over it. It's okay. Right? Number one, everyone can retire rich. I don't know what your definition of rich is. Actually, my third book, which is coming out in the summer about wealth building, helps you define what rich means to you. But the number these days is $5 million. Okay, fine. You're not rich anymore with $1 million, right? They're like dandelions. Everybody has $1 million. Okay, fine. Folks, if you buy a home, which I suggest strongly you do, it's the number one wealth building thing in America, and you buy that home for $800,000. By the time you get to maturity, retirement age, that goober's going to be worth almost $2 million, right? And you're going to liquidate it, and you're going to downsize and get your condo or your RV or something. People who own homes have 40% more net worth than people who rent. Let me say that again. 40% more net worth. Get yourself your home. Start paying for it. Start paying down the mortgage. Let it appreciate it. You don't need a financial calculator to figure out that at 3% inflation, things double like crazy over a 35-year period. Okay, you're going to have affluence in your home. Second, you don't need to be a tech billionaire. You don't need to invent an app. You can just work. In modern corporations today, with the type of contribution retirement plans we have, if you're making $250,000 a year, you should be putting away at least 10%, $25,000 a year out of your pay into your retirement fund. You're going to put away about $800,000 in your retirement fund, and at average market rates, that's going to be worth $2 million. So you're going to have a $2 million house. You're going to have a $2 million retirement fund. And if you're even reasonably responsible saver, you're going to take advantage of the changes in investing and education and technology. You're probably going to have an advisor who's going to work with you a little bit. And let me just tell you, working with an advisor has never been cheaper. Do you know that the cost of having an advisor help you in a portfolio of low-cost index funds is less than it used to cost to just have a mutual fund like Fidelity Contra Fund? And what I mean is, when I bought Fidelity Contra Fund years ago, great fund, by the way, great company, by the way, I have nothing negative to say about them. Everyone made a lot of money with them, even though the internal cost was about 1.45%. Get it? 1.4, that means if you made like 11.45, you netted 10, okay? Now, fast forward, new internet, new situation for investing, new situation for hiring advisors. With an advisor, for the cost of 1.4, you can get a human to help you and pay the internal cost of the low-cost ETFs and investments. This is a huge positive thing for millennials that are busy and you don't have a lot of time. By the way, I ran advisory firms. I think advisors had a lot of value. The Vanguard study on advisors, another great firm, proved that people with advisors end up with twice the assets at retirement. So let's not fool around and let's not worry about it. Just as Teddy Roosevelt said, take action. So what this video is about, this is a bedtime story for you millennials who can't sleep. You're going to retire wealthy. You need to just take action. You need to just take the basic steps. This isn't fancy. Not everybody needs to invent an electric car or something, right? If you just go to work in a good corporation that offers a retirement fund, forget it if you get stock options, forget it if you get other benefits. You're going to be a successful, affluent retiree if you buy a home, save in retirement, work with an advisor. Okay, I'm Paul Mauro. That's your sleeping pill message for today. I'll see you again next time on Smart Financing.